My name is Nancy and I come from an international high school in Shanghai. And I studied IB diploma program. All the things we learn is in English. Education in my high school is mainly focused on the science, social science, and language things, and there's almost nothing about the local culture in Shanghai. After I come to Hong Kong, almost all my friends have come from mainland. I gradually changed my identity from an international student to a mainland student.
Hello everyone, I'm Grant from Guangzhou, and I attended public high schools in secondary education, and I attend JEE Gaokao to enter this university. And I have learned I was a science student in high school, but apart from science, I have also learned about history and ideology and politics. And through this education, I found that it is not objective to just see something in one perspective. And I think different cultural experience can broaden my horizons a lot. And I think this is necessary for people's well development. So because of this, I choose HKUST as my university.
I'm from Malaysia, so I pretty much consider myself, when I'm in Hong Kong, I pretty much consider myself to be very local in terms of like the language I speak, the people I'm with. I usually speak, I can speak the Malay to the Malaysians as well. But when I'm with them, I come from a different background. So in terms of being a Malaysian, I feel as myself as not too much local.
I feel like I'm not that local. I'm Korean and I was raised in America though, but then I went to secondary school in Korea, and therefore I feel like I'm sort of Korean American in a sense, but I'm actually a Korean citizen. But basically my Korean skills sort of lack, but I can communicate, but I still feel a certain barrier between total Korean and me.
Yeah, so I basically come from a international and private school together. That's given me sort of a more open mindset and attitude compared to like a lot of people, especially like locals when they come from like government schools set on grades and just basically closed off mindset. So I feel like the secondary education, especially where I come from, has given me like a broader view on like different parts of life. Yeah.
Because I went to international school, I sort of feel like I don't have a home, because in a sense I say I'm in Korea, I live in Korea, but I actually go to an international school which is American based, and also like it affects my life because I feel different, and I'm basically with a bunch of other students that don't really they come from all parts of the world, so they aren't totally Korean as well. So they see what Koreans don't see, like 100% Koreans don't see.
And I went to an international school called Renaissance, which is an IB school. I mean, there were a lot of international students there, so there was no special cultural identity as everyone was required to speak English. So, I mean, I never thought of myself as being Indian or being like belonging to a particular culture in that school because it was never forced upon you. But now in university it's much more open and people hang out with friends from their own parts and stuff, so I think cultural identity is much stronger here than it ever was in high school.
Hi, I'm Lev, and I come from a local Russian school, and Basically, I don't really agree with the whole idea of Russian education, especially high school education, because when I came to USD and I realized like that my other friends had a much better high school experience in other countries, especially in terms of extracurricular activities, sports, and some like non-academic activities. Talking about cultural identity, because I grew up in a local high school in Russia, so I would definitely say Russian.